it be the confusion for me. People really act like I just said I believe in the flying spaghetti monster. The definition I found, what resonates with me, and I say resonates because that's what I'm on right now. It gotta resonate with me. I gotta feel it in my soul for it to be something that I'm gonna follow through with. Your mama ain't ever told you you don't go and get he say, she say, you go directly to the source. Well, in religion, you can't go to the source. You are going off of what somebody else said, that person said, like it's he say, she say. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have a super huge announcement to make for you guys today. Some heads gonna roll, some mountains gonna shake. Okay, this announcement is super huge.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Y'all ready for it? Okay, sorry y'all, I'm a little nervous. Okay. I am no longer going to be claiming any one particular religion.
What?
I know, y'all. I know.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I know. I'm going to say it again for the people that act like they didn't hear me the first time. I am no longer claiming any religion.
Oh, no. No. I'll do something.
I don't have no allegiance to. I don't practice religion. Ain't nobody got time for that, all right? So if I'm no longer claiming any religion, well, what am I going to be doing? Well, I'm claiming spirituality. That's what I'm going to stick to, okay? I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Now, I already claim being spiritual over being religious, or at least I have been claiming that maybe the past couple of months, but it be the confusion for me. People really act like I just said I believe in the flying spaghetti monster. Like, there is really this confusion about spirituality versus religion, and what is spirituality and what do you believe in. So I'm gonna clarify all of that today. All right, we're gonna clarify it today. We're gonna get it straight once and for all, and I ain't gonna answer this question again. So I'm gonna get to what you guys came here to see, but first things first, if you are new here, hi, my name is Elle from IntuitiveAsElle. I do pick a cards, talk about astrology, and do other spiritually related videos. So if that's yours, just drop down, hit that subscribe button, and while you down there, you might as well hit that bell button so YouTube lets you know what's up, so I can let you know what's up. Okay, all right. We gonna get into it. So why do I consider myself not religious anymore? That's probably the question that's like on everybody's mind. I'm gonna be really honest and frank. I always boast about transparency, and that's gonna be one of these videos. I'm gonna be super transparent to you guys. I have never really considered myself to be religious in the first place. No. So it wasn't really hard for me to drop the religion thing because that was never part of my programming at all. Not to say that I never was into religion, because I was raised a Christian. Like, I'm just gonna be real about it. If you've seen any of my other videos, I normally wear a cross. Like, I had this beautiful cross, and I'm no longer wearing it. It's not because of the whole religion thing. I was wearing it honestly more so for the symbol of hope, versus actually wearing it for Christian reasons, if that makes sense. But there were a lot of mishaps as it related to my necklace, and it kept breaking and it kept falling off, and I just got the sense that my spirit guides, my ancestors, they did not want me to wear this cross. So that is why I'm no longer wearing it. It has nothing to do with that. If the cross is, I love the cross. It was a beautiful cross. It was very symbolic for me as I was going through my dark night of souls. I'll get into that, not this video, but another video. But it was very symbolic to me, and so I love that. But I just never was like the traditional Christian. I was raised Christian, loved being Christian, but I just never was the traditional Christian. Like, I just didn't align with everything a Christian should align with. So this is really not a hard decision for me, renouncing religion in general. It's really not. If I had to really put down to paper what or why I had problems with religion, why it never made sense to me, I think I just said it. It just never made sense to me. I really didn't understand how good things could happen to bad people and bad things could happen to good people. I didn't understand why there were all these tests of faith, and you had to suffer to, there was just a lot of stuff that just didn't sit right in my soul. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, it didn't sit right in my soul. And then there was stuff that I did understand, but I didn't agree with. Like, I just didn't agree that you could be a good moral person and be really good and kind-hearted and all that and still go to hell just because you didn't get blessed or you didn't get baptized. That just was something that just did not make sense to me. Like, so because I didn't throw in with your lot, I'm going to hell, even though I'm basically following your rules anyway. Like, I'm being a good person. I'm, not out here harming people or hurting people. I'm being the best person I can be. But because I don't follow your rules, I'm going to hell now?
What?
Like, that just didn't. And I'm not even going to get started on the gay thing, because I just genuinely don't believe that just because you are in love with the same sex, that is just a sin. I also just didn't believe that, like, we were born with original. It was just a lot of stuff. Like, it just did not resonate with me. I liked Christianity for what it's worth. I followed Christianity because there were certain things that resonated with me, such as, thou shalt not kill. All right, that makes sense to me. You can't just be out here killing people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, tell them.
There were certain things that made sense to me, which is why I followed the practice or the religion for so long. But now that I'm older, as my understanding of things has expanded, I just...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I just would rather not. I just would rather not. That's just basically what it boils down to. Plus, your girl is black, and she grew up in the black church at that. And if you don't know, black church is unlike any other type of church that there is.
Okay.
If you've ever seen Greenleaf ain't got nothing on the traditional black church it don't. Because black church is really about do as I say and not as I do. As you can tell by these headlines over the years, all right?
Then again, that's none of my business.
It's tea, though.
So another question you guys are asking is, why do I resonate with spirituality over religion, or what is spirituality? Well, I can't even go over what spirituality is, because once again, this is not a set thing. Like, you can't just Google this and find out an answer. You can't just, ask Siri, hey Siri, what is spirituality? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their own idea of what spirituality is. To me, the definition I found, what resonates with me, and I say resonates because that's what I'm on right now. It gotta resonate with me. I gotta feel it in my soul for it to be something that I'm gonna follow through with. Spirituality is the connection to the divine, but it's via your own personal experience. Whereas religion is more so connecting to the divine via somebody else's experience. And when I say that, I mean, like, there's all these rules and guidelines. You have to do this and you have to do that. And if you do this, you're gonna go, other people put some rules and regulations and guidelines on what you have to do and what makes you a good religious being, okay? And that doesn't resonate for me anymore. Like, now that I have had my own taste of connecting to the divine, I just cannot go back to somebody telling me what I need to do. That's just not gonna work for me. Like, I'm hard-headed in the first place. You're not gonna be able to tell me nothing. I have to figure that out for myself. And once my spirit guides, or once my divine or the divinity or what source, what resonates with me is what I'm gonna do. So you're not gonna be able to tell me nothing. And that's why I'm kind of getting away from religion versus spirituality. And I don't mean to exclude anybody else's religion. I bring up Christianity because I was raised in Christianity, so that's the religion that I'm most familiar with. But I don't want to discount anybody else's religion or religious experience, only because I personally have always felt that religion all stemmed from the same mythology. I really just feel like people took pieces and parts and emphasized it and made it their own religion, or they, discounted certain things and was like, we're not gonna pay attention to that. We're gonna focus on this. And that's where the stem of different religions come from. That's just my own personal thoughts on it. We can talk about it in the comment section if y'all want to, but don't argue with me, argue with your mama, because that's how I feel. I've always just felt like all of the religions stem from the same thing. So I'm going to be talking about Christianity a little bit more because that's the religion that I'm familiar with. So that's what we're going for. But if you think about it, with the Christian Bible, that Bible is not a Bible from the Creator, from God. That Bible was a Bible that was written by someone, a prophet or a channeler of the messages, and we were supposed to trust that he channeled God's message to us as to how we should be more spiritual beings. Now, the issue about that is, one, if you are a psychic, or I know I haven't started talking about that on the channel, but often when you are reading messages, a lot of the reasons why channelers and psychics and all that get stuff wrong is because it really is about interpretation. And we see that with the Bible, which there's different translations where people say, hey, no, that was translated wrong, so we're gonna do our own version, or this and that. Like, there's so much confusion about translations. And then on top of that, since this is not something that's coming directly from source, this is coming from another human being. And human beings are inherently flawed. Human beings naturally have their own self-preservation, and they have their interests, their self-interest put first. So how we know whoever wrote the first version of the Bible didn't put his own seasoning on the Bible as to how he thought that things should go? I mean, like, real talk. Your mama ain't ever told you don't go and get he say, she say, you go directly to the source. Well, in religion, you can't go to the source. You are going off of what somebody else said, that person said, like it's he say, she say. And with spirituality, you're kind of going to the source. At any time that there's something I question, I'll be like, let me, spirit, come through. We need to talk about something, because there is some confusion, and that's what it is. You going to the source. You have the ability to go directly and get your answers directly from, versus relying on what somebody else said, and that really appeals to me. So for the people still confused, I'm going to get more into detail about spirituality versus religion and what I consider the differences to be between the two. But since I'm pretty sure I'm going to hell for doing this video, I think you guys should at the very least like, okay? And you should definitely subscribe if you want to see more content, because your girl is probably going to hell after this, or at least to the Christian hell. So I deserve it. I hate to say it, but I deserve it. Okay. We gonna keep going. So as I've stated before, with religion, there is a very detailed and outlined version of what you need to do to achieve enlightenment. So you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to, you can't eat beef, or you can't, sin, and blah, 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 to reach enlightenment, or to get salvation, or whatever. Whereas spirituality is more so of a whole mystery. Like, it's really such a personal experience. Nobody can tell you how to partake in your spirituality except yourself, except the divinity inside you. Like, you have to go inside and see what resonates with you. Spirituality is about a personal journey, whereas religion is more about community. Another thing that I really love about spirituality is that spirituality is based on love and compassion and joy and happiness, whereas the goal of religion is more so about obedience and salvation. So to reach enlightenment, i.e. heaven, or i.e. I'm sorry, I really don't know all of the other religious forms of heaven. But to do all of that, you have to follow set rules. Like, once again, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, it's all these things. If you do this, you're going to hell. If you do this, you're going to purgatory. Like, there's all these rules that's put on it, and it's a lot.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
And as I've said multiple times, at this point, spirituality is more feeling based. It's about what resonates with you. It's about what feels good to you, what feels right. Whereas religion is more so rule based. So if you're not following a doctrine or a practice in particular, you're doing it wrong. Spirituality also puts more focus on being present now, or the present. You know, heaven is now. We have to make heaven now. We have to live in heaven now. Whereas religion is more so future based. So like you're doing all this stuff, self-sacrificing and following rules and all of that stuff for a hopeful payout in the future. Like, I hope, you know, if I'm doing this, I'm doing everything that you're telling me to do. And I hope that if I am abstaining and doing all this stuff, maybe, you know, 20 years in the future, 30, 40, 50, hopefully I get into heaven where I'll be able to live and be happy and, you know, have my joy. Whereas spirituality really is talking about, like, you can have that joy now. Make every day heaven. Like, live in that now, okay? Don't focus on the future, focus on the now. Spirituality is more so about oneness, whereas religion kind of focuses on duality. And I can kind of explain this in two different ways. Okay, so on one token, or the first example, spirituality, if you are a spiritual being, you believe that there is a duality within us. Like, everybody is good and bad. We have to integrate with our shadow self and work with that energy. That's what spiritualists believe. Whereas a religion more so puts that emphasis on you are either bad or good. For the second example, spirituality also focuses on the fact that we are all one. And when I say that, I mean that literally, like I said, we are all one consciousness, and when we do good, we uplift and we help certain things. We help the universe vibrate higher, whereas religion kind of has a more so us versus them. Like, we are the ones that are going to get salvation, and they are the ones that are going to hell. So there's that duality with religion that you don't typically find in spirituality. And as I've said before, spirituality promotes joy, happiness, compassion, whereas religion kind of focuses on duty and self-sacrifice. And probably the hardest thing that I personally had to deal with when it comes to spirituality versus religion is that since religion kind of has this outline of, you know, how you get salvation or enlightenment, i.e. how you get into heaven, spirituality is not that. Spirituality is very experimental. Like how somebody does their spirituality, how they reach enlightenment, that may not resonate for you. So you really have to look internally and figure out what is working for you and turn it into your own form of spirituality. Is very experimental, whereas religion is very, you know, practice-based. And that is all that I have for you guys. I am not tearing down religious people because, one, I really don't care to tear down anybody like that. I believe that everybody believes what they believe for a certain way. I've always had a respect for other people's beliefs, even people that choose not to believe anything. Except for the spaghetti monster. I can't lie. I've always kind of been like, what in the world when it came to people believing in the spaghetti monster? But, you know, it's not on me to judge. Everybody believes what they believe for whatever reason that they are believing. I'm just telling you what spirituality is. What's the difference, at least how I see it, as to the difference between religion and spirituality, and why I'm gonna sway more to the spiritual side versus the religious side. But before you click off this video, don't even do it, okay? Don't even play me like that. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up so I know that you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see more content. And don't forget to drop down and let me know if this resonated with you. Once again, my name is Elle from IntuitiveAsElle. I will see you guys next time. Bye.